Hello friends, in this session we'll talk about fundamental duties. First of all, we have to understand what is fundamental duty or duties. You see, we have fundamental rights, we have DPSP, many legal rights, fundamental rights, civil rights, political rights, many rights are there. Generally, we demand rights and we forget fundamental duties or duties towards nation. This is the point which we call actually the beginning of fundamental duties. Why fundamental duties are essential? First of all, we have to understand that. Why fundamental duties? Right? Because you see, India is our nation. We demand always rights and we forget always our duties for the nation, for this country, for our motherland. That's why fundamental duties are most important points in every citizen's life. That's why you can say fundamental right or fundamental duties, they are correlated. And sometimes we say rights and duties, they are complementary. One can't exist without other. So whenever there is right, we have also certain duties. So the constitutional framers decided to include some set of duties, but originally we had no fundamental duties. Try to understand. Till 1976, we had no fundamental duties. Are you getting my point? So till 1976, we had no fundamental duties. Originally, there was no fundamental duty or duties in our constitution. However, in 1976, this part, you can say part 4A of Indian Constitution was added. And as a result, we have right now 11 fundamental duties. Right? Let's understand the background. You see what happened actually in 1976, one committee was appointed. You can say Sardar Swaran Singh Committee. Actually, two committees are associated with this. Sardar Swaran Singh Committee in 1976 recommended that we should have 8 fundamental duties. 8 fundamental duties was recommended by Sardar Swaran Singh Committee, which was appointed by the Congress government in 1976. However, these fundamental duties were added by 42nd Amendment. That was in 1976. You can say 42nd Amendment added Part 4A, or you can say fundamental duties in our constitution. This is the most important point. And this 42nd Amendment is also known as mini constitution because under this amendment there are a number of correction, rectification, addition, deletion happened. So it was so big amendment, large amendment. We call this is mini constitution. Very simple. Anyway, Swaran Singh Committee recommended for 8 fundamental duties, but 42nd Amendment 1976 added or inserted 10 fundamental duties. Right? You may be thinking we have 11 fundamental duties. How it is possible? You just count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? These 10 fundamental duties were added by 42nd Amendment. Are you getting my point? However, this 11th fundamental duty 11th fundamental duty was added by 86th Amendment. Try to understand. 86th Amendment. 86th Amendment, right? That was in 2002. So in 2002, new fundamental duty was added. That's your education. I will explain everything, so do not worry. It was education for children. You can say from 6 years old till 14 years of age, 6 to 14 years of age. Anyway, we'll discuss each of those fundamental duties. I hope up to this clear. Right? So let's move further. You see, the first fundamental duty talks about that we, the citizens of India, must abide by the constitutional idealism. You can see here constitutional ideals and also institutions. And we should also respect national flag, national anthem, Jana Gana Mana, right? National song is different. National song is your Vande Mataram. Anyway, here we have to understand that it is under 51A, right? So fundamental duty, you have to remember two important things. Part 4A, an article which was inserted 51A. And in this 51A, we have A, B, C up to K. So we are dealing this that we should respect national flag, national anthem, ideals of those constitution, institutions, we should respect. Second one, we should also follow noble ideals which influence, motivated for the freedom struggle. What I mean to say, in freedom struggle, we have seen and we have read in our history books that large number of freedom fighters, they laid down their life, sacrificed for this motherland. So those noble ideals or ideology, every citizen should respect, should follow. That's our fundamental duty. And third one is, we should protect sovereignty, unity, and integrity of our nation. We should protect sovereignty, integrity, and unity of our nation. Right? At any cost, we should not forget that we have a motherland and we should uphold, maintain unity and integrity, irrespective of any discrimination. I hope you got this point. So next is national service. We should be motivated to serve our motherland, national service. We should render service to this motherland, our motherland. That talks about national service. So you should follow the original constitution so that you can better understand. You watch this video and also you follow the fundamental duties 51A article of Indian Constitution and just match it, you will get better understanding. Anyway, next is harmony and brotherhood. A sense of brotherhood, fraternity must be there in our nation. Every citizen should go for brotherhood, right? And if you see this F, rich heritage and culture. India is, our country is a mixture of all culture, composite culture. And we have a rich heritage for 1,000 years. So we should protect, we should maintain that rich heritage and composite culture for the future generation. Next, natural environment. Every citizen has a fundamental duty, moral duty to protect natural environment. You can say in natural environment, lakes are coming, forest is coming, plantation, everything we should protect. Animal world, right? So this is the thing you have to remember. Next is scientific temper. Every citizen should develop a science, you can say scientific temper to spread humanism. That science which is good for mankind, which is not harmful. That means we should develop a scientific temperament among all throughout India. That's our fundamental duty. And next is we should not waste, or we should not, you can say, In other words, we should protect public property. You might have seen many people, they waste government properties. Why they waste? Because they don't know that that property is our property, right? So in this way, public property must be protected. That's the point you have to remember. Next is excellence in all spheres. Every individual in our country, every citizen individually and in community level should develop in all spheres. You can say science, humanism, brotherhood, even you can say personal growth, everything comes here. So excellence in all spheres, individual to national level. This is the point you have to remember. And next one, right? This was, these 10 fundamental duties were added by 42nd Amendment in 1976. Clear? But this 11th fundamental duty, you can see here, it was added by 86th Amendment in 2002, right? And it says that education should be given children, you can say, in between 6 to 14 years of age. That means education for children. This is the point you should remember. This is all about fundamental duty. But here I will say one important thing, the source of fundamental duty. Please remember, this is article, this is part 4A, and source, or we have borrowed this fundamental duties concept from USSR, presently known as Russia. I hope this is clear, right? So we have borrowed this concept, fundamental duties, from USSR, and that's, Russia, right? It was at that time USSR, and it was divided in 1991. That's why you can say Russia presently. Anyway, Article 51A, and in that 51A, you will find ABCD up to K, and it is under Part 4A of Indian Constitution. Another thing is that I have already explained one committee, Soren Singh committee. Now I will tell another committee, right? That is very, very important. Burma committee. Now we'll talk about Burma committee. Why Burma committee is important? We are going to discuss. You see, these fundamental duties are non-justiciable by nature. That means in case of violation of fundamental rights, citizens can approach Supreme Court, High Court. We know this under Article 32 Supreme Court and High Court 226. But just imagine, if fundamental duties are not maintained by any citizen, state cannot go to the High Court or Supreme Court. These are the moral obligations. That doesn't mean we should disobey this. Are you getting my point? Anyway, one committee, Burma committee, said that to protect all these fundamental duties, Burma committee said there is also legal part, right? What is legal part? I am going to explain. You see, Burma committee said that there are certain legal provisions. Suppose, you just see here, suppose we should respect national flag, we should respect national anthem, we should respect also ideals and institutions. But just imagine, few citizens, they don't obey this. They don't respect. Why it is so? Because you see, for example, if I say national flag, if they will not respect, then Burma committee said that there should be Honor Act 1971, Honor Act. So as a result, any citizen who disobeys must be punished. Also, a number of legal parts were found here. So this is the thing you have to remember for exam point of view. I hope you got this point. Wish you happy learning. Thank you very much.